say you guys want to hear something cool? Omar can talk, he would back me up. I went outside to take him outside to, do his business. Somebody, had to have been someone we didn't know. I think because earlier I took him for a very, a short walkie. We'd already gotten our walkie in the morning, so 40-minute walkie. I took him for a short walkie, and people that were around here, they don't live around here, but they were probably hired. I told you I kind of unintentionally scared away the guy that we had set up to shovel if we got any major storms. In any case, they probably saw me, Omar, walking in snow over his head, which didn't really go over his head. Going out to the street, I carried him, but coming back, I let him walk in the snow briefly because any salt on his paws, that instantly will get it off. They say to wash the paws, whatever, so I figured that'd be a good idea if there's any salt on the road. I've never noticed him irritated by any salt on the road or whatnot. Never licking at his paws any of these winters or anything like that, but they do warn you about that, so I figured he can walk in the snow, won't kill him, and he comes in the warm house. Right? But maybe they saw that, or maybe they saw me carry, whatever. I think someone just wanted to do a good deed. Maybe they think I don't have the money to pay somebody, and it's not that. I just don't care. Don't have a car. There's no problem with, the one person that would be picking me up, or, they could just park on the street. Mom's church friend, or as the case may be, auntie, you can park on the street, it's no big deal. I hadn't gone around to shoveling out the walkway to the street. I did Friday, and then we got more snow again on Monday, Anyway, somebody nice. The bottom line is someone did something nice, wanted to do a good deed. Okay? I walked out, right? Right? Right, Omar? And now he had he went to the bathroom, right? He did, huh? Speaking of that, my friend wrote me a comment, and this woman is a genuine friend, not just someone pretending to be my friend or whatnot. She's someone who genuinely cares about me and my mom, and has my email address and whatnot. I have spoken with her on the phone before, but she is not someone who wants a stranger, because it doesn't matter, I'm still a stranger, to have her phone number. So a couple of times when she's reached me, we've talked on the phone, but like I said, it's not the same type of thing as with me and you know who, okay? It's just something different. But in any case, she thinks that I say, I talk about Omar's bathroom habits too much in my videos. And basically I told her I'm not going to stop doing that. Because it's a part of my existence, and I talk about all kinds of stuff. It's not like I talk about my own, but him, yeah, I do, because I don't know. And the reason that I'm perfectly comfortable, as you know, I swear all the time, I can say fuck and shit and all this crap, okay? But in this household, my mother's not comfortable with stuff like that, okay? So she genuinely will say, about Angel and Omar, they went doo-doo. But then she started saying poo-poo because I say poo-poo. See? So that's what we do in this household. So that carries over to my videos. And because Omar represents innocence to me, it's the same when I hold him on my lap or sing to him on my lap or, you know, do Trot Trot to Boston, Trot Trot to whatever. It's the same thing. Because he's so cute. Now you can say, well, you don't have to talk about it at all. Yeah, well, you know what? What's that, Omar's? There are so many things that I do and say that one person or another may find offensive, between my constantly swearing or my doing my dancing towel videos, dressing in hardly anything, scantily clad, whatever, or talking explicitly about sex. Any of those things can offend people, certain people, or if I put down organized religion, any all of the above. So I just don't care. So, like I said, I apologize for you know, scratching at the skin on my feet in that one video. I'll make sure never to do that again. I stopped eating in my videos a long time ago. With more than one person, including this person, was asking me, you know, please don't do that. So I stopped. Have I occasionally, like the last time I did a video that was, yeah, I was eating that ice cream, but I get drunk and I don't fucking care what I say or what I do. I mean, within reason, of course. But 99.999% of the time now, I do not at all eat in my videos. I'll have a drink. I'll drink water or drink juice or something, but that's no big deal. No. I mostly don't ever eat in my videos anymore. But that's different, you know. It's different than me saying, oh, my went poo-poo. By the way, he just did. And I was very happy. And I don't say it to insult, like she wrote, well, you know, remember you're an adult talking to adults. I know. I don't say it to insult anybody or whatnot. I say it because I like acting that way sometimes. I like acting that way sometimes, and and Omar's just plain cute, you know. But yeah, somebody nice. I think it was the people who saw me earlier walking Omar. It's someone who had a snowblower. It's someone who's paid to, they did the driveway across the street or something. And someone with a snowblower could do what they did out there. They did it probably in they did it fast, you know, but they did it. The fact is, nowadays people don't do nice things for other people, so I walked out there now at 2 in the morning and I'm like, oh my God, Omar. And it wasn't just thin either, it was like this big, a snowblower type thing. They did it. They made a path to the street. That was so nice. And it gave him a spot to, you know, do his business. Which he did. I'm happy about that. So now I just took him out to do his business at 2 in the morning. There'll be no urgency to take him out. I mean, he'll probably wake me up even earlier to eat. Sometimes I just feed him early. I stayed up late having a back and forth with somebody. Nowadays I have no idea who. Unless it's, of course, the Waverly, who has his own YouTube channel that has him. He's in the avatar, he's in the videos, he's the real fucking deal, okay? And of course my buddy, you know, we talk on the phone. Email address, talk on the phone. She's even talked to my mom. Real deal. Same with Trouble. Real deal, okay? And Frankie also has my email address. And he's just generally been nice and complimentary for years, so. But new people, I have no idea. No idea who's sincere, who's not sincere. Now I'm getting people, and I'm obliging their request. I'm getting people, you know, I subscribe to your channel, will you do me the favor and subscribe to mine? Like, alright, whatever. It doesn't necessarily mean I like someone's channel. I don't approve of the guy that ate 12,000 calories in a 4-hour time span. That's kind of dangerous and stupid. If I start getting too many requests, I will probably not. And I do check the channel to make sure it's not like the, you know, something promoting skinheads or KKK or some ridiculous, you know what I mean? I gotta check the channel and make sure it's not something hate-filled or whatnot. So far they're pretty harmless, so I've obliged their request. Like I said, I'm not gonna, probably won't do that endlessly. It's kind of like I scratch your back, you scratch mine. Yeah, I never asked you to scratch my back though, you know? That's the difference. Yeah, all the bad things going on in the world or whatnot, I'm not gonna stop saying Omar went poo-poo or pee-pee just because it might offend somebody or whatnot. I don't fucking care. I do so many, say so many things that can offend one person or another, so. Grand scheme of things, what does it matter? I wasn't going to create this video, but I had to tell you that I just walked out with Omar at 2 in the morning, and some stranger did a nice deed and made this big of a pathway from our steps to the street. Probably the people, like I said, must have saw me earlier. Probably saw, we only went on a short walk. They probably saw Omar going in snow over his head, which it wasn't over his head, just so you know. Technically, it would be if he actually was standing to the ground, but it doesn't like work that way. Does that make sense? Like when he stands next to where the person did it, you can see that it's like up to here, but it doesn't actually go over his head. Maybe technically it would if he was actually like in water or something, but with the snow you don't actually touch the bottom, touch the grass, so he's alright. He did just fine. And we just got the snow, and I actually, like I said, I carried him, and then I had him go in the snow on the way back. And that's only briefly until he gets to come in the warm house. So nice someone did that. Anyway. Oh. Mama's gonna be going to bed on Mars. Grandma's not doing good. She was having that fantasy but she should be over this guy by now. She didn't hear back from him for over a year. That's a clear indication he's not interested, but then she gets sick and she's just telling me all this stuff. He's gonna come and get me out of here and whatever. It's the same thing a couple of years ago when I was living with Bobby, and the same thing. I didn't know whether the guy had actually found her in there or had contacted her, if she was making it up. I do know that he wasn't her fiancé, like she was telling me and telling everyone in there, in the mental hospital with her, you know, her whatever, fellow patients, doctors, what have you. Even when I met with her, you know, when I went with that advocate and her outside the hospital social worker and whatnot, when I went with the advocate or I didn't go with the advocate, I met them all there, but my mom was talking about that guy being her fiancé and whatnot. She gets trapped in that fantasy because, you know, it's a cool fantasy, a savior. But hers, even though it had more of a chance of being real than mine ever did, isn't real. It's not. I really do not believe that that guy just suddenly found her and is expressing his love for her or whatever she was babbling about. And you question her, she gets upset, so. And swears and just hangs up on you and whole 9 yards. I'm tempted to ask my friend, my YouTube friend, to be a guinea pig and call my mom and see if my mom she can coax out of my mom what's really going on. I don't know, if the guy had magically found her and wants to get her out of the inside, whatever, wouldn't he have given her his phone number? Why does she have to demand it from me and get upset when I'm like, I don't know where it is? I really don't want to give it to her anyway because I don't want her calling him. I told you she called him. And she didn't tell me ahead of time. She told me after the fact. And it was after we'd finally gone through hell and back and won my mom's freedom after 7 months of hell. And the minute it does it, she goes and calls him. It hadn't even been that long. The ink had barely dried on the paper, freeing my mother, you know, as far as I'm concerned. And I called, so what? She told me while we were out walking, Omar. Oh my God. Why would you do that, Mom? Why? Why? She can't accept that he's not interested, that she hasn't heard from him for over a year. I wanted to tell him. I wanted to tell him that we won. I said, Mom, he didn't even know you were in any, you haven't heard from him since he didn't even know. He didn't even know she was in that mental hospital, committed those months. He didn't. It had been like over a year since she'd heard from him because she would get all upset. She'd drive me nuts. Like, why is he not contacting me, Laura? I call him all the time. Because he doesn't give a shit, Mom, obviously. But now she's making excuses in her fantasies. Again, I need to stress, this happened to me once and it won't happen again. My mom's is repeated. That's the difference. It's only one of the major differences between me and my mother. Maybe I shouldn't even call her. Just wait till she calls me. I learn a lot when I don't answer when she calls me and the machine picks up. My voicemail, you know. I learn a lot and I have it recorded instead of just hearing it, and you know what I mean. This is the latest. I don't know what sparked it. I gave her the number of the guy from that place, told her to call him, and suddenly she's saying that she heard from her long lost him, you know, long lost friend or whatnot. I don't get it. What's wrong with you? You're trying to figure out your paranoid schizophrenic mother who's obviously trapped in delusion about this. Yeah. Question is, does she really think she talked to him, or did she actually talk to him? I don't know how he would have found her, or why it would have suddenly happened. I really don't think it did. But what bugs me is I don't know for sure. If she's sitting there insisting that he called her, I don't know how he would have found her. I don't know anything. She's insisting that she talked to him. And if I question her, she gets enraged. She becomes enraged. Did she talk to him? I can't imagine. There's no way. It's too convenient. She wants out of there. She wants a savior. And suddenly her white knight, who she hasn't heard from in over a year, finds her in the mental hospital and is going to save her. It can't be possible. I don't want to hear her talking like that, though, because it proves to me that she's just not getting any better. Grandpa's not getting any better, Omar's. She actually seems to be getting worse. I'm getting worse as well. Sadder. Mama's sad, Mama, really, really sad. Just snip, snip. See your eyes. Let Mama see your eyes. See. Mama's a lot older than me. Mom's a lot older than me. Despite all my rage, I'm still just a rat in a cage, smashing pumpkins. Never were true words spoken. A lot of equally as truth words spoken, but those are right out there. Old song. walk in the snow. Walk in the snow because it's water. It'd be the same as if I just stuck your paws in a bucket of water and came over. Right? Right? Oh, God. Licking the blanket. No! Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. One thing, if you're cleaning your own paws or something, don't lick the blanket. No. Don't lick the blanket, Omar. No. No. Go to sleep. No. No. So people are going to have robots in their homes. Most households have pets. I wonder if people are going to have the robots who already have pets. I don't know how the pet's going to feel about the robot. I'm saying a lot of people are going to have it. People, they're making it so that people, obviously poor people can't have it, but it was created here in Massachusetts. Apparently we're big, and it's going to be sold for under $1,000. How weird. It's just too weird. The future is upon us. Was only the fodder for people's imagination to create science fiction has now become reality. People are going to have actual robots. It is an actual robot. It's about that big, I guess. And it will go around the house and everything. Like a mini R2-D2, like if you ever wanted to run R2-D2. I wouldn't want something like that. So bizarre. I've said this before, but it's worth repeating. Joe is perfectly happy to, I mean, he says if it happens, it happens, but it's not like he's actively doing anything whatsoever to cause it to happen, so it's not going to happen, you know? The chances are very highly unlikely. He's 10 years older than me. He's perfectly happy to be alone for the rest of his life, and since he doesn't do the shit that I do with the personal ads, I mean, he's not into, I guess it goes with the territory. He's also perfectly happy to not become intimately involved with anybody either, you know, because he's not into anything casual, so. But he really, really, really believes this world is bad and it's headed for disaster. So in the light of all that, he just... Anyway, I'm gonna go to bed. I know, I should have gone to bed. The grand scheme of things, does it matter if I go to bed or not? In the grand scheme of things, I just want to go to sleep and not wake up.